Hi cuties. So despite it being excruciatingly long, this might have been the best Game Awards ceremony Mr. Geoff Keighley has ever produced. I mean, it was banger announcement after banger announcement after okay announcement for real. Much better than the silliness of last year when they forced people off the stage after 12 seconds and not that many great world premieres. So I figured I'd come on here and yap to you yummies about what I love seeing and perhaps also what I thought was stinky and gross. Now, before we dive balls deep, I want to preface and say I am sick, so if you hear that, leave it, okay? But also, I'm not going to be talking about each and every little thing. Like, you really think I'm going to waste time talking about a Power World update, dude? No, I'm good on that. So, if I leave out your fave, I apologize, but this is a Jack the Ripper vidya, okay? I suppose we can get the awards out of the way first, at least the big stories in my eyes. Firstly, Shadow of the Erdtree did not win a single award despite being nominated in quite a few categories, including, obviously, Game of the Year. Now, this completely makes my vidya from a few weeks ago null and void now, and everybody that was being mean to me in that comment section needs to apologize for real. I will say, I'm just genuinely surprised and find it quite hilarious that it was nominated this many times and it didn't win any hardware. Quite the troll job, Jeff. Nice. Nah, but the Astrobot sweep, however, was here and it was glorious. I mean, I figured it'd win Best Family Game, obviously, but literally everything else? I mean, damn, I'm ecstatic. I said it in my previous video that I was rooting for either this or Balatro simply for the story behind that game being made by a solo dev and all. However, it is amazing Astrobot won because it might be my favorite PlayStation 5 game to this point. Such a scrum-diddly-uptious ode to the greatness of all the PlayStation characters over the years and yada yada yada. I made a full review already, go watch that. But yeah, it really shows that the Game Awards can actually make great decisions sometimes, and while I know Metaphor ReFantazio and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth had great cases to win as well, I'm just happy the game I personally was rooting for and Platinum took home a fat-ass W. Also, I want to say Silent Hill 2 got robbed. I mean, not a single fucking win. My dog Luke Roberts acted his ass off, and y'all gonna snub him like that? While I personally didn't enjoy Hellblade 2 that much, I think Senua and her actress are fucking amazing, so I will say that. But Luke Roberts as James Sunderland was such an insanely surprising rendition of this character. He somehow was able to follow up one of the most iconic horror video games ever with his own swag, and I think that deserved a look. Whatever, I hope the folks at Bloober Team know that they snapped and deserved better overall. Like a fucking nomination in the Game of the Year category over a DLC, but let me stop. Even though it is called the Game Awards, we all know we're mainly here for the world premieres and trailers, so of course, let's just get into the juicy shite. Bro, Witcher 4? This is insane timing for me personally because I'm finally playing the Witcher 3 DLCs after all these years of playing the base game over and over again. I mean, they showed this trailer so early into the show, I really couldn't believe what I was viewing. Apparently, it's running on an unannounced Nvidia card, which I can only assume is a 50 series card, and boy oh boy can you tell. I know it's just a CGI cutscene, but the graphics are fucking out of this world, dude. We got a 6-minute trailer that slowly revealed that Ciri will of course be the next protagonist, which is for some reason garnering criticism on Twitter, the worst app ever made. I mean, I thought it was pretty much agreed upon that the canon ending involved her becoming a Witcher her damn self and continuing Geralt's legacy, so I don't really see the problem here. She does her thing, getting some badass combat in with her powers and such, stopping a midsummer ass ceremony, but alas, it was too late because, yeah. And that's really the whole trailer. I'm assuming this is going to be a 2026 release because we didn't see any raw gameplay or anything like that, and I'm totally okay with that. Take your time, CD Projekt Red. We do not need another Cyberpunk launch. You already traumatized us once for real. We're getting a new Oni-fucking-musha, y'all. We haven't got a proper mainline Onimusha title since the mid-2000s on the PlayStation 2 if you don't include the remasters, and I mean, holy shit am I excited. While the trailer wasn't too much to work with, we got to see some juicy actual combat and it looks delicious. Onimusha on the PlayStation 2 was some of Capcom's best work that whole generation, and they dropped Resident Evil 4 that generation. I hope they're able to keep that same dark, gritty tone and fuck it, bring back the fixed camera angles too. Don't listen to people that say it's bad. RGG Studios are also proving they're the hardest working goats in the entire industry. Not only were they nominated this year for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, in the same event that they're nominated in, they announced 2 new Vigi games that they're cooking up, and they're not even Yakuza related. The first we saw was Project Century, which is this really bloody and brutal open world game that takes place in the early 1900s, and like I said, dude, it's pretty gnarly looking. It's a lot gorier than I'd expect from the studio, and other than that, we really don't know too much. The badass mystery guy, which I'm assuming is the main protagonist, looks absolutely awesome, and I hope they dive balls deep on this in the future because I need to know more. But of course, that wasn't enough for these bastards. They also just had to slide in the fact that they're cooking up a new Virtua Fighter after like 2 decades. You know, just light work. Virtua Fighter 4 is like one of my favorite fighting games of all time, so it is incredible to see RGG get a crack at reviving it because they deserve it and the fucking fans deserve it too. Such an underrated series, and hopefully we get to see more of it soon because we have waited long enough, that's for damn sure. Elden Ring is getting a pseudo-sequel / standalone DLC thing, which seems to be a co-op roguelike boss gauntlet that looks fun as fudge. This was such a massive shocker, and I think it's awesome they're keeping Elden Ring alive with cool ideas like this. I mean, the Nameless King is in here. What the fuck is going on, dude? When the trailer first started and I saw a circle closing in, I immediately thought they were doing a damn Elden Ring Battle Royale, and I shit myself like, bro, imagine. From Software is on a delicious roll right now, and they never cease to cook up beautiful experiences, so I truly cannot wait to hear more about what the fuck this game actually is, and if it even is one. Outer Worlds 2 got slid in here like out of nowhere. Bro, Obsidian, you're really gonna drop 2 RPG bangers back to back in the same year? Outer Worlds 1 is great, I don't care what anyone says, and this looks to be quite literally more of the first game, and that's all I needed to see. I'm assuming it's going to come later in the year, seeing as how Avowed will be their February launch, but that'll give me ample time to prepare myself for both beautiful RPG video games. I cannot wait. I got some rapid fire ones I don't have too many thoughts on, like Mafia the Old Country had a great trailer. Can't wait for that, especially with how long it's been since Mafia 3, like damn. We got another Last of Us Part 2 trailer, guys. This time it's coming to PC. Whatever. Anyways, they're making this odd Game of Thrones game that looks to be taking place around the season 4 to 5-ish range. And I'm only assuming that because of Jon Snow's hair, but it looks like a mobile game, so I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. But yeah. The team behind It Takes Two and A Way Out showed off their new game, which looks pretty fucking fun. It's their typical style, you know, a constant split screen and a silly story with crazy gameplay segments, but they can do this formula for years and I'll gobble it right the fuck up because it's really some of the best cooperative experiences you're gonna get in this current gaming generation. The game is titled Split Fiction, by the way. Did not say that. Epic Games is publishing the next game from Team Ico. I mean, it's almost been a decade since their last game, but sadly, I have no idea what the fuck I was looking at during that, so not many thoughts, just can't wait to play it. Hurry up. Now, one of the biggest announcements of the entire night that had Jeff Keighley about to shed some thug tears was the reveal that not only was Okami 2 in development, but Hideki Kamiya himself was coming back to Capcom after almost 2 fucking decades to take helm of the project. Now, while I was starting to believe for a second it was gonna be Half-Life 3 because of the way he worded it and the pre-hype build-up, this was still a fantastic enough announcement for me personally. I've seen people be disappointed by it overall, thinking the same thing as me, but I will say, Hideki Kamiya being back at Capcom is the bigger story here. I mean, that dude is the OG GOAT. Super ecstatic for this, and if you haven't played Okami, do yourself a favor and play it. It's one of the most stylish and gorgeous video games ever, bitch. So, the last title that was reserved for the coveted One More Thing spot at the very, very end was none other than Naughty Dog's new IP. Yes, I know, it's not Uncharted or Last of Us, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Before I get started, let me just say, I love Naughty Dog, been a fan since the beginning, seriously, but this was a bad fucking trailer. It did nothing for me, honestly. You just showed me a bald lady talking to another lady in space with a bunch of licensed products all over the place. I'm sorry, I don't care. It's exciting to see Naughty Dog tackle something new, and I'm definitely going to play it, and I hate to be the motherfucker to rain on somebody's parade, but I mean, we still don't even know what we're looking at here. I even went to the Naughty Dog blog to get more clarification, but it's just Neil Druckmann being like, yep, we're making a game. Like, dude, tell me more. Of course, it's going to be a PlayStation 5 game, and they've been cooking it up since 2020, so maybe we'll see it next year, but I just wish we got a semblance of gameplay. Cook up a fake vertical slice even. I don't give a shit. I just want to feel something, dude. All in all, I'd say this was still a great show. It really feels like Jeff Keighley took all the criticisms to heart and prepared a much better show, which is great for all of us. It felt like there was a little something for everyone, even the silly little anime games that are in every single presentation somehow. I really want to know what you cuties are thinking down below though. I trust y'all more than most people because I know you got taste, so talk to me and rate this Game Awards on a scale from 0 rips to 10 rips. For me personally, on the Certified Ripper ranking system, I think I'd have to plug it in at a solid 8 rips out of 10 rips. I think they should have saved that Witcher 4 announcement for the very last one because that was the most monumental trailer to me. But yeah, it's looking like 2025 is going to be an absolutely stacked ass year for video games, and I mean, I left out quite a bit, so there's going to be plenty for us to dive into. That's all I got for y'all though. Make sure you drop a game award on the like button, perhaps Snoop Dogg smoke on that subscribe, and I love you guys. Bye!